But what you may not know about Smart Video Girl is her numerical profile. So I wanted to touch on a little bit of this before we get into the questions that she posed that I will be answering. So I just mentioned she's my fellow master number 22, master builder, meaning we're both born on the 22nd, different months, of course. She's born in April. I was born in December. But being born on the 22nd means we are master builders, meaning we are here to take big, lofty ideas and downloads and turn them into something tangible, build them into something tangible that can benefit global humanity, pretty much. And the 22, those are two water numbers. So you have that whenever you have the doubling of numbers, that intensifies the energy of that single number. So that's double the intuition, double the love, double the sensitivity, double the teamwork. And when we add 2 and 2 together,
is that double the trouble too?
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, double the trouble. But good trouble, we hope.
It's always good trouble. Good trouble. Good trouble.
Yeah. Exactly. Who's that? John Lewis that talked about good trouble?
That's it. That's exactly it. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. But as a single digit, it's the number 4. And number 4 is an air number. So just like how you're a sign and you're an element in astrology, you're also a sign and element in numerology. So being born on April 22nd, she's a Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign, so she's an earth sign with an air number. And her key numbers, her power numbers, are the 4, 1, and 9. And her best days are Sunday and Tuesday. So what that means, Smart Video Girl, is that you want to look forward and use those key numbers, the 4, 1, and 9. So you want to look forward to days that add up to the 4, days that add up to the 1, and days that add up to the 9. And so so that means for the 4, that's the 4th, the 13th, the 22nd, and the 31st of any month. And the 1, that would be the 1st, the 10th, the 19th, and the 28th. And then you have the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. And your best days are Sunday and Tuesday, because each number is assigned a day of the week. So 4 and 1, they're known as the sun numbers. They're interchangeable. Whenever you see a 4, you see a 1 as well. And 4 and 1 are assigned to the day Sunday, and 9 is assigned to Tuesday. And the reason why you have the 9 is because since Taurus is connected to the number 6, and number 6 clashes with 4 and 1, we replace the 6 with a 9. So with that being said, your stress numbers are the 6, 8, and 2, and you're a life path 9. And I'll go into what these terms mean, but I'm not going to go into all of these. But like I said, I will give you this presentation so you can review the rest of the numbers, like your pentacles and your name numbers. But I will tell you about your personal year also. So I'll tell you about your personal year, and then we'll go into your birthday number and your life path, and then we'll go into your questions. Okay. So for 2026, you are in the 9 personal year, but since we're getting to the end of close to the end of the year, going into the last quarter of 2026, you can start preparing and looking forward to 2027. So in 2027, you will be transitioning into a brand new cycle, a brand new number 1 cycle. So what this means is that it's a cycle of endings and new beginnings. The number 9 is all about closure, finishing what you started, letting go of what no longer serves you. And the number 1 is about symbolically wiping the slate clean and beginning anew, welcoming in new beginnings and experiencing new things, new relationships, traveling to new places, and just experiencing first, altogether. So
Really? Okay. That's very interesting. I like
yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I really do like this. This is really good because I am doing new things. Okay. Yes, then Life Path 9. That's very interesting. But yes, okay, so Sundays, Tuesdays, all right. That new life, that newness I'm looking for because I am doing some new things, right? And it's so funny that tomorrow's a 2-day. I'm going to go to a retreat with meet up with some people. So that is they probably did that on purpose. Yeah.
Of
Now
course.
that I think about it, because it is. But yeah,
Hey,
thank you for that one.
yeah,
So I'm closing out and I'm starting some new. That is very. It resonates very much with where I am in my life. So
yeah,
uh,
yeah, and that's and both these years are very significant since both the 1 and the 9 are your key numbers. So whenever
oh
your
yeah,
numbers line
oh
up with the personal year or the universal year, that means it's even more significant for you. And you're a life path 9. And so when your life path number lines up with the personal year or the universal year, that's significant as well.
yeah. This year has been very significant because this is the 9. So yeah, not yeah. This year has had a yeah. There has been a lot of growth.
Mm.
There's been a lot of growth for the self mastery guru this year, personal growth, uh, evolution. Like this is really when you talk about a 9 year,
Mhm.
and so I'm 45. Like my age, like everything is 9.
Wow.
I'm
Wow.
closing every door. That's why I'm really excited about next year because then what you're saying is what I plan to experience is everything new, right? And I'm going to throw some human design in there, right? I'm the left angle cross of the unexpected.
Mm.
I'm expecting all unexpected. That's all I'm expecting.
Yeah, and that's the energy of the number 4. The number 4
Say what now?
is yeah, that 22, 2 plus 2 is 4, because 4 is ruled by Uranus. So that's the unusual, that's the unexpected. So that is your energy right there.
Ooh, wait. Okay, I'm feeling this. Okay, okay, go ahead. Okay, okay.
All right. So um like I said, well, I'm just so this is what we'll be answering, but I'll talk a little bit about the birthday number and the life path number. But these are the 2 questions that Smart Video Girl sent to me. What is the strongest name for her business, and which name has the greatest feminine energy? And these are the 2 names that we'll be analyzing: Smart Video Girl, and you have to help me out, make sure I'm pronouncing this correctly. Is that Falami? Polami?
For laminosis.
Polaminosis. Okay, all right. So those are the 2 names that we'll be breaking down in just a few moments. But the birthday number, Smart Video Girl being born on the 22nd, me being born on the 22nd, the birthday number represents the traits and abilities you're born with that naturally come to you, who you are at your core based on the day of the month you were born on. So the positives of the master number 22 is that we're builders, methodical, we're the organizers, the visionaries, logical and practical, just to name a few. And on the challenging side, because there's duality in every number, the challenging side of the 22 is that we can be workaholics, we can be overly rigid, awkward, and self-righteous. And the health challenges that we need to look out for or be aware of is our mental health. 4 is a mental health number. Also, unusual illnesses. Again, I just said Number 4 is connected to the odd and unusual with Uranus. And we also have to be wary of misdiagnosis. So it's important for us to give multiple opinions when it comes to our health if we're diagnosed with something.
Okay. Interesting. Yep. That's interesting. Okay.
Yep. And then that number 9, Smart Video Girl, you are a 9 life path number. But the life path number represents the lessons that you are here on this earth to learn over the course of your entire life, from the day you were born until the day you transition. And we find the life path by adding up the sum total of your birth month, birthday, and birth year. I left out the birth year, but Smart Video Girl readily shared her age. So
I said it adds up to 9. So you can pick up any combination. Just don't make it too many. I said, did I say
you said it. They were paying attention. They heard
don't rewind.
Video. But as a 9 life path, you need to learn to be inspirational, energetic. You need to learn to be a leader, generous, and artistic. You want to avoid being overly emotional, closed-minded, impulsive, quick-tempered, and ready to fight.
I'm a Taurus though, so I'm very.
Well, we gonna
I'm working on it. I mean, grow, yourself as a self-mastery. I'm very aware of myself in this way. Okay. I know these things and, I'm going to apply the knowledge of myself. But to your point, this is helpful when knowing how to regulate yourself. The things that go against you. I am overly emotional. I'm an emotional responder though. Come on, you see what I'm saying? So it's like now, I'm sorry, Smart Video Girl's coming. So now I have to learn how to control my own emotions because naturally I'm over emotional. I'm an emotional responder. How do I use that as emotional alchemy? That's what self-mastery is. That's what that is. That's what this is. So I can learn to not be overly emotional in the sense means to learn how to control my emotions, to alchemize that energy. So yes, thank you.
Yes. And it's all about strengthening the strengths and managing those weaknesses.
That's
there.
it.
Yep.
That's it.
Yes, that's the life path. And We'll skip over the pinnacles, but we can talk about that offline. But we're gonna go to these business names now. Normally, for a business name, I would just look at the expression number, which is the sum total of all of the letters in the name. But for the purposes of this breakdown, and I'll explain and you'll see as we proceed forward why I'm going into the motivation number and the personality number and the cornerstone number. You'll see why I'm including those as well. But in general, the expression number as the sum total of all the letters in the name, it represents the self-expression of that name or that person or that entity. Its purpose, what it's here to accomplish, what it's here to teach, what it's here to share with the world. The motivation number consists of all of the vowels, and it represents the innermost desires and motivations. The personality number is made up of all the consonants, and that denotes how other people perceive that person or that thing when they first encounter it. So what is projected from the outside. And then the cornerstone number, that is the first letter of the name, and that tells us about the foundation on which the rest of the name is built on, its point of view, and its general approach to situations in life. So these are just to give you the key terms and the definitions, because numerology does come with definitions and key terms. So this is your little mini glossary right here at the beginning.
I need all of that. I need all of that.
Yep. You'll get this. You'll get this slide deck, because this is your information right here. So you'll get this. And now the alphabets. So I'll be using two alphabets, two systems of numerology, the Chaldean and the Pythagorean. So the Chaldean system is the older, more mystical system of numerology, while the Pythagorean is the more modern system. And normally for the purposes of business names, I would just look at the Chaldean system, because the Pythagorean system deals more so with birth names. Like if you're talking about a person, that one deals mostly with the birth name, while the Chaldean system more so focuses on the name that you go by. So let's say, for example, my full name is Nicholas Westbrooks, but I shorten the Nicholas to Nick. So I call myself Nick Westbrook. So I use the Chaldean system for that. But for my full birth name, I have a middle name too. I would use the Pythagorean system for my full birth name. But oftentimes you'll find myself and some of my other colleagues will use both systems, regardless of whether it's the birth name or the common name or the nickname. We'll take a look at both systems so we can get a fuller picture of the energies behind those names and those words. All right, so question one out of the two questions: what's the strongest name for SmartVideoGirl's business? So the short answer is SmartVideoGirl and Philomenos are equally strong. And this is getting to the reason why I'm including the motivation number and the personality number and the cornerstone number, because both names add up to the number 46 in in Chaldean numerology. So they add up to the same thing. So 46 adds up to a 1, because 4 plus 6 is 10. 1 plus 0 equals a 1. So they both add up to the number 1. And it's in harmony with your birthday. Remember, 1 and 4 are those sun numbers. They're interchangeable.
Right.
So it's in harmony with your birthday. So when you're choosing a business name, you want to choose something that is in harmony with either your birthday or it's in harmony with your business inception or business incorporation. So since I didn't have that information, I just went with your birth name. So just some information about the 46, and then we'll talk about how we'll narrow this down and bring in question number 2, because it sounds like SmartVideoGirl, you're trying to decide which name you want to use, right?
I'm trying to decide if I'm going to introduce Philomenos.
Okay, introduce it. Okay. All right. So we'll help you. We'll help you answer that.
Okay.
But just to talk about the 46 in Chaldean numerology, 46 is the psychic. It's an inventive creator with lofty standards. 46 frequently gets money and loses it when its goals are unrealistic. So SmartVideoGirl, if Philomenos needs to have realistic goals. 46's aspirations must be balanced to see successful and consistent progress. And as a single digit number 1, and this is why I told you that introducing podcast is going to be relevant, talking about healing and leadership, especially with the leadership side, because the number 1 is a leadership number. Number 1 is the innovative leader. Also that number 9 too, that 9 life path and that other 9 in your key numbers, 9 is a leadership number as well. But it's the number one is the innovative leader. It's creative. It's proactive, ambitious. It takes initiative. It's independent, and it's self-reliant. So that is the energy of these business names, and I'll talk more about it from the business perspective when I tie it all together into the final summary and analysis. So how we're going to decide to narrow this down, we're going to look at the Pythagorean system, and we're also going to look at the vowels, the consonants, and the cornerstone. And then we're also going to answer that second question, which name has the greatest feminine energy? So here we have both names in the Chaldean system. And again, the expression number, that's the sum total of all the letters. That adds up to a 46, which reduces down to a 1 for both names. The Chaldean motivation number and the vowels add up to a 6 for SmartVideoGirl and an 8 for Gnosis. The consonants add up to a 4 for SmartVideoGirl and a 2 for Gnosis. And the cornerstone is a 3 for SmartVideoGirl and an 8 for Gnosis. Now we can now I'm going to pause here because right now you just see numbers. You're probably wondering what do these numbers mean. So SmartVideoGirl, question for you, because you said you're trying to decide if you want to introduce Gnosis. So what, I guess the question is, what is your vision for the business? Your vision, purpose, because that's going to be a determining factor on whether you should introduce this number or not, or what kind of energy you want to project out to the world with this business.
Well, actually, it'd be more like my pen name, author name. So that is it. Because Falami means to honor and respect, and Gnosis is knowledge, information, knowledge. So
okay. So I'll be looking for communication numbers. I'll be looking for expression numbers. So I'll be looking to see if any 3 show up for expression, any 5 show up for literary, any 1s. Ones are good for writing and creativity. So those are the numbers that
and
I'll
coaching type of thing.
Okay,
like
coaching.
Guidance type of energy. Yeah.
Okay, good. So coaching and guidance. So I'll be looking for 2s and 6s for coaching and guidance. So from the Chaldean perspective, we got the 1s in there. So the 1s are good for writing. The 1s are also good for entrepreneurship. 1 is an entrepreneurial number. There's a 2. So Gnosis gives off the energy of being a guide or helpful to people with that 2 personality number. And yeah, so we do have some of those energies in there. But let's see what it looks like.
8s though, them 8s and those
8s.
are not my good.
Yeah, so the 8s.
Oh, those are my stress numbers. This is stress numbers.
Yeah, the 8. Yeah, the 8 is one of your stress numbers. But generally speaking, the 8, because the 8 is said to be fatalistic, but on the positive side, the 8 is a power number. It's a power, and it's a money number. So you have the potential to make money as long as you're managing it well and you're utilizing your financial literacy skills. You can you have the potential to make money or attract money with that 8. So
Got it.
that's one, that's the flip, that's the other side of the duality to it.
Right.
With
Got
the
it.
8. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then so let's look at the Pythagorean system. And the reason why the numbers look a little different here is because the Chaldean system takes into account the double digit numbers. The double digit numbers are working in the background before you get to the
Got it.
single digit. But I didn't want to overwhelm everybody by going into the meanings of the double digit numbers. So we're going to keep it basic and just deal with the meanings of the single digit numbers. But that's why you see the double digit numbers here and you see the single digit numbers for the Pythagorean. So we see the one again. Smart Video Girl adds up to a 1 in both systems, but Philaminosis adds up to a 4 in the Pythagorean system. And the 4 is good for technology. It's also a communication number. It's also that number of foundation and building a strong foundation and being organized and being structured and practical. But on the challenges side, it can bring about limitation and restrictions too. But it does, but number 4 is one of your numbers. So it's in harmony with you. So that's a good sign
Right.
when your birthday number is the same as your name or your business numbers. That's a harmonious relationship there.
Okay.
And then the vowels, which is the motivation number, you got that 4 again for Philaminosis, but then you have the 3 for Smart Video Girl, and that 3 is that self-expression number. So that's very good for using your voice, and it's actually if you go back into the slides later on, it's your pinnacle.
Right. Yeah, I saw that.
Challenge. Yeah, your pinnacle challenge. So you're being challenged to
Use my voice.
use your voice. Yeah, use your voice and write that book, which you already did. And you'll actually be going into a new pinnacle at your next birthday. But your lesson will change, but you'll be in another number 3 challenge. So you want to continue to use your voice and express yourself. But Smart Video Girl gives that energy of self-expression and using your voice and expressing yourself creatively, also through not just your voice, but also through writing.
And video. Video Girl I do video production. I do photography. Yes. I am creative that way too.
Yeah, that's the technological side. You got that technical energy in your birthday number, so that's right in alignment with you. I have that background also. My major in college was broadcast journalism, so I learned how to shoot video, edit audio. I took audio production, video production, all of that. So we had that in common with our 22 4s there. with the technology and using technology to spread messages, to people. So the personality number for Smart Video Girl and Philaminosis. So for Smart Video Girl, it adds up to the 7. So 7 is a very analytical and spiritual number, while the number 9 is a creative leadership, humanitarian type of energy. So when it comes to helping others, that number 9 is good for that, because the number 9 is here to serve humanity and give of itself selflessly, while 7 is here to dig deep, go below the surface, and get the answers to questions through research and analysis.
That sounds like smart video girl.
Yeah, it is. It
Those,
sounds very smart. Right.
but they found
Smart.
this is very interesting. Okay. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This
And
is
then
that's yeah. Go
yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say the cornerstone. So yeah, so the cornerstone is a one. So there goes that number one again. And we talked about the one as a leadership number and as a proactive, creative number. And the number six for philaminosis, like I told you, number six is one of those numbers I'll be looking for in terms of helping others. The number six is a very, very objective. It's the scale, it's the balance scales right there. It's one of those numbers that is in the halfway point between the 1 and the 9. People who carry the energy of the number 6, they often make great coaches and great advisors, great counselors, because they give great advice. They give great objective advice. They're able to go right down the middle without, with showing very, very little bias.
That is so interesting. So listen, so what you
Mhm.
just broke down, both those names, the way you just broke them down, the way I see them, that's how they would be used. So smart video girl, everything that you said, it fits her, right? Because then philaminosis is like my rebirth name. Like my birth name is Crystal.
Mhm.
But my rebirth name is philaminosis. And so the coach, like that, the because I'm becoming a spiritual life coach. I'm doing a lot of things. So that would be her, she, philomena. And what you're saying, like that is that is very much aligned. That's that newness. See, that is something new with that 1 year. Look at this. Don't start. Look, I'm gonna be. Thank you, Nick.
Of course, of course. You got it. You got it. And yeah, and you'll find yourself doing certain things or attracting certain energies without you even trying. Just by using the name, the names that you use, you attract that energy to you without even trying. So sometimes, someone might change their name, whether for spiritual reasons or they might choose a brand name for marketing, like a pen name or a stage name, or they might get married and take on a new last name, and their life might change, or they might start attracting different type of energies and they don't know why. And it's a good chance it's that name change that did it.
That
Well,
part.
so that,
Yes, that
yeah,
part.
that's why choosing names is so, the name that you choose is so important. And the way that you spell the name is important as well, because you can have different spellings of the same name. They sound the same, but if the spelling is different,
The
it's a
energy
different
would be different.
vibration. Like you said, your birth name is Crystal. You're Crystal with a K. There's Crystal with a C. Crystal with a K and Crystal with a C. Two different energies right there.
Facts. That is true. I am a different
Crystal,
crystal.
Crystal with the I, Crystal with a Y. Different energies.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
Yep, yep. So we're yeah, so we get to the end here. So this is my answer to the questions without the information that you just gave to me a few minutes ago. But for the strongest business name, or the strongest name, like I said, they're both equally strong, but there might be some distinctions based on the purpose of the business, right? Or and what you want to attract. So for example, for innovation and creativity, I believe Smart Video Girl would be the stronger name. And I feel it's also strong for guiding and motivating others, since you have the 6 in there, and then the 3. The 3 is the number of optimism. So having a positive mindset. So I think that the number 3 could be helpful for motivating others in that sense, and also for creativity as well. The 1s, 3s in the 4, and then for money and power, since you have those 8s in Philaminosis, I would say, if I know you're not this type that just goes into business for the money. Of course, you want the money too, but you're not doing it solely for the money. But if you're just thinking about the money and the power, Philaminosis is a stronger name for that. Now, for the greatest feminine energy, Philaminosis has more feminine numbers in that name than SmartVideoGirl.
Okay.
Yeah, Philaminosis has 6 feminine numbers, and SmartVideoGirl only has 2 feminine numbers.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, so the feminine numbers that show up in Philaminosis, and this is in both systems, the motivation number for both systems is feminine. The personality in the Chaldean system is feminine. The cornerstone in both systems is a feminine number. And the expression in the Pythagorean system is a feminine number. While in SmartVideoGirl, the only feminine numbers that show up are in the motivation number in the Chaldean system, and the personality number in the Chaldean system. So
Okay.
yep. So to put it together in a nice bow, to bring it all together, this is the summary and the analysis. So the 2 business names, SmartVideoGirl and Philaminosis, are equally strong, since they both add up to the number 1. This number reflects your business's image and the type of clients you will attract, meaning the energy these names vibrate is an energy of innovation, ambition, authority, and independence. Your ideal clientele includes, but is not limited to, entrepreneurs, pioneers, executives, people in leadership roles, and independent thinkers. A number one vibrational business is ideal for industries such as tech, consulting, personal branding, and thought leadership.
That is all me though. But I mean, all of that is me though. All of that. That's me.
Yep.
Tech
Yeah.
consulting, personal branding, thought leadership.
Yep. Because the numbers are in both your birthday and your business name.
Right. Yeah, that's true. So that's so
Yep.
crazy. That is why that is I am aligned with my authentic self. I guess I did my work.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
that's
You
for
did the
real.
work,
That's
you're doing the
wild.
work.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You did the work, and you continue to do the work.
Yes.
So
Okay.
so you are, so you say you confirm that you are in alignment with those industries and prospective clients. So you can go either way with either one of these names.
Okay.
But and that's not taking into account the feminine energy. But if you want more feminine energy, Philaminosis would bring in more of that feminine energy than
Then more
smart.
of that receiving energy. That makes sense. So that would be the money and the power because it's in the receiving. I receive. Okay, I got it.
Rasi,
Receive. Ramen. Yes. No, but okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So let me ask you a question.
sure.
On the spot, because you did use both systems, right? So say that Philaminosis doesn't necessarily become a business, right? But like name change because of the how you read it with both of them, it still would kind of give the same energy.
So you're saying if you don't use it as a business, but you just
But
use
I
it as,
just adopted as my name.
oh, if you adopt it as your name, yeah. So you would just, so let's
I
go
would
back.
be. I would still be. I would be, instead of Crystal Glen, I'd be Voluminosis.
Yeah, and you would still be you would still be in
I still,
alignment with you would still be in alignment because it still adds up to a one, and 1 and 4 are your numbers, right?
got
So
it.
you so at least in the expression, you'll still be in alignment with it. So yeah, that and then it adds up to a 4 in the Pythagorean system. So yeah, that would work.
Okay.
That would be in alignment with you, and you would be carrying that. You would continue to carry that leadership and innovative, forward thinking kind of energy, because thing about the fours is that the fours is futuristic. They're ahead of their time, you
Mm,
know. So you'll still be in alignment with that energy.
I love that for me. Thank you.
I love it too. I love it too. So here's some other considerations, because I didn't go into everything, because I didn't want to overwhelm you and the people out there that's watching, and I didn't want to make this too long either. But there's some other considerations that may or may not influence your decision to introduce the name or not introduce the name. You can also take into account using your birthday number, which I did in this breakdown, versus using your inception date or your business incorporation date. And that's if you were going with the business number name rather than the pen name, because your business has a birthday. You have a day where you decided that you were going to start this business, or if you actually did the paperwork and went to the state and got incorporated with like a LLC, S corp, C corp, whatever it is, you have that date. So that makes a difference too. So that's one consideration. Another one is flow line numerology. In terms of answering the feminine or masculine energy question. So what flow line numerology refers to is how the numbers are written. So each number has a gender, either masculine or feminine. And let me go through that actually, because I told you the number of feminine figures in each name, but I didn't tell you which numbers were the feminine one, and so which ones are the masculine ones. So starting with Chaldean, so the number 1 is a masculine number. 6 is feminine. 8 is feminine. 4 is feminine. 2 is feminine. 3 is masculine. Like I just said, 8 is feminine. Yes. 7 is masculine. 9 is masculine. And I think that's all of them. So yeah, each one of those numbers has masculine.
You said 4 was what again?
A feminine. 4 is a
Okay.
feminine number.
Okay. Oh,
But
okay, I see. Yeah.
yeah, but when it comes to flow line numerology, that deals with like the actual shape of the number, right? So you notice that all the numbers that have straight lines, like the 1, the 4, the 7, those would be considered masculine in flow line numerology, because they have like that masculine kind of shape to it. While the numbers that have the curves, because the women got the curves, like the 3, the 8, the 9, the 6, those would be considered feminine when we talk about the actual shape of the number. So that's another consideration too when determining the feminine or masculine energy.
Some sexy letters. A little 8 is real sexy. You do a little 6,
Yeah.
real 3, real sexy, little plump 3.
Yep, the curves.
Right, 3 got curves and everything. I like it.
Yep. Yep. And then another thing that I might take into account is the table of traits. So that just refers to how many times each number shows up in the name. And that can address the feminine energy, and that can also address the maybe the strengths or the weaknesses of that business. So the more, if a number shows up more frequently, then that usually means it's stronger in that area. Or if a number is missing or it's very few, then that might be like a gap or an area that business or that person might need to manage a little bit more. So these are things that I didn't include in this breakdown, but if I had more time, or if we were doing like a longer session or a follow-up session, I would look into these areas as well. So so that's pretty much it. I got some book references and recommendations here because I did not channel this message. I definitely consulted books for the meanings of the numbers, but I did use my intuition to determine which numbers to look at and to come up with the conclusions that I came up with. So we got Numbers in You by Lloyd Strayhorn. I referenced that one. I referenced 2 books by Jackie Levine, Numbers Decoded, Cards Unfolded, and Numbers Spelt, Cards Dealt. And I consulted The Business of Numerology by Kimberly Williams, which is a book that is specifically tailored to using numerology or astronumerology in your business, as far as setting up your business and choosing a business name, and timing when to form your business and things of that nature. So if you're interested in learning more about numerology or in general, or if you're interested in using numerology for your business, whether you're an aspiring entrepreneur or an existing entrepreneur or business owner, these any of these books can be helpful to you.
I love a good book too. So thank you, sir, for that. Thank you so much.
You are quite welcome. So after you get your last bit of notes down, you could let us know if we got anything popping in the chat right now.
The chat it's been quiet. They didn't have any questions. So if anybody have any questions, all right, please let me know. But we don't have anything. Just got some comments. King Adonis said that he's a 6 too. So yes, we love to give advice. That's what he said. He's number 6, so we love to give advice.
It's true. Even when you don't want to give advice, people are going to come to them number 6 people like, hey, Adonis, I need some help, man. Can you give me some advice?
Those are my stress numbers. So okay, can I
be in the mood? You might be like, all right, what is it now?
See, I think that's why it's a stress number for me, because that stresses me out sometimes. It's like, but okay, I got it.
All right. Yes, I guess I'll go ahead and take that down, and I guess we could call the Starseed Mother back up to the stage then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Starseed Mother, is she in the building? Thank you, Nick. Though I think so. Based off of what you heard me say, did anything change though for you, like in your analysis?
I would say so. Since you mentioned that, so to me it sounds like you're not necessarily trying to choose one name or the other. You're just deciding whether you want to introduce the second name as a pen name while keeping the Smart Video Girl for what you do with your smart videos.
Right. Smart Video Girl has her purpose in media. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
She has her purpose in media. She even crosses over into, what I do in the pod class and everything, even as a self-mastery guru, smart video girl. But as I step into some other roles, as a speaker, as a coach,
Yes.
just in um coming up with writing more books, because she will
Mhm.
be writing more books. Philaminosis becomes the another side of me,
Yeah.
who I introduced to the world.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Now I would say so since you would be using both names, I would say it's yeah, it's a go. Yeah, you can introduce that new name because I think it's in alignment with you. I would say the expression number is the most important number out of all of those. And like I said, I just brought in those other numbers since both
They
names
were the
added up
same.
to a one. But since you're not looking to choose between either one of those, I would say, yeah, go ahead and introduce folaminosis.
I love that. Thank you for that. That does help. The fact that they both add up to the same thing
Mm-hmm.
is rather phenomenal to me. I think that is not, again, there are no coincidences. That is very phenomenal to me. And it makes this transition seamless, like literally.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you. Yes. So y'all will be hearing from Valami. Be like, hey girl, hey.
I love it. I love
As I
it.
close doors in this 9 year. That other thing, okay, so my alignment, like I need to check this. I need cause see, I'm aligned. I don't know how I got so aligned. This is that 9 all the way down for this
Mm,
year is a 9 all the way across the board. I really am impacted by that closing of door, that closing of a chapter,
mm,
and the newness. And so the timing, not only is it, because again, Crystal, Falami really would be the end of Crystal. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't go by Crystal anymore. I'd be Falami. Like this book would be Do the Work, Keep the Faith by Falaminosis. And then on the back it would say Falaminosis, not Crystal Glenn. So it's like the ending is stepping into that newness of my being. So I just thank you for the confirmation. This felt like a reading. It was a reading. It was a numerology reading.
yeah, yeah. Like this is what I do privately. you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
in my business now. So they know
yeah,
so they know how aligned I am. So don't mess with me, okay?
yeah. Oh,
That's
but
it.
but I didn't even go into see, and I just looked at those two names, but I included your birth names in the slides too. So your birth name in the Pythagorean system, because you gave me your first, middle, and your last name, that adds up to a nine.
You got to be kidding me. That's a
Yeah,
9?
yeah. In the Pythagorean system, first, middle, and last name is a nine, right? And then when I just put your first name and last name, because that's your common name, that's on the cover of your book here.
Right.
I put that in the Chaldean system, that adds up to a one.
You cannot make these things up, okay? You cannot make these things up. I feel that. I feel that in the alignment. Like I feel that. I feel that. Thank you.
Mhm. And yeah,
I need more tissue. I've been crying all night long. I'm going to keep crying.
yeah,
This is very transformational. I'm glad you guys get to see this, because that's very impactful. Thank you very much, Nick,
it's
for
my pleasure.
sharing that, breaking that down. And I look forward to digging deeper into my name. And I appreciate it.
Yes, yes.
And those dates, Tuesdays
Mhm.
and Sundays. Thank you.
Yes, yes, and I also mentioned the universal cycles too. So I talked about your personal years, you being in the 9 personal year and going into a 1 personal year next year, universally 2025 was a 9 year and 2026 is a 1 year. So you're being affected by both. So it seems like since 2025 going into 2027, 2025 through 2027, or the end of 2027, you're going through these ending and new beginnings.
This came out last year. This was 25.
Wow.
You said 9. That was a 9. That was a
yeah, it was a 9 universal year in 2025.
yeah. This was the culmination of everything that I had learned, and I put it in a book. That's very good. Okay. All right. Yeah. So look for the new book next year, right? Right, with the newness, right? That's exciting. Okay, I'm excited.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And personally, that was so if you're in the 9 personal year, so 2025 would have been an 8 personal year for you. So that was your power cycle and your recognition cycle too. So and you got the you laid the groundwork and you got the recognition for the work you've been putting in, and you getting the book done, you getting the recognition for the book. So you set that big goal and you got it done. You got it done. And the 9 is also about manifestation and dreams fulfilled. So anything that you've been working on over the course of that 1 through 8 cycle, it oftentimes comes about or comes into fruition in the 9 year also.
Say less. You said a whole lot, and you're saying a whole lot, and it's very much aligned with my life. I am very excited. I love this for me. I love the growth season that I'm in, and I love I love the alignment. This is really eye opening. And I've known some of this, like I've been a life path 9 for a long time, but making all of this, adding them up, like 4 has been my favorite number forever. I've always liked 4, right?
Yeah.
And then I knew I was a life path 9, so that was like, oh, okay. And you throw a 1 in there, okay? I like that. I love that. Those are my numbers. I'll take it. 4 and 9 have always been my numbers before knowing that 4, 1, and 9 were my numbers. So I'm overwhelmed. I need to go journal. Can we wrap this up, sis? I gotta go journal.
Yeah, stop throwing spitballs at Adonis.
Right. Yes. That is, and I think that's the benefit, that it makes everything make sense too. It makes life make sense. And I'm gonna look into those dates, because I do have the inception date for definitely for Lami. I know when I got the name. I have like a name date for that, and SmartVideoGirl. So yes. So that's cool.
Okay, so then maybe since you haven't introduced it yet, you can plan to introduce it on a date that is in harmony with you.
Okay. Yeah, I will call you so we can work that out. Oh, no. I have all the information I need. I just need the slides, sir.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Yep. I'll send to you as soon as we get off of here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Since you're ready. She's like, yes.
You got the back end controls there. You know how to do the DJing and all that from back there. Oh, okay.
I do, but that's not my shot. I'm a visiting. Peace, my Lisa.
Of course I do. Who else would do it?
Yes.
All right. So, a great show. Always like the breakdowns. I feel like it's always a lot of great confirmation and synchronicities. We had Adonis. We had Smart Video Girl. I did mine. I feel like that was last year.
Yeah,
It was
we
earlier
did you a
this year.
couple of times. We did a couple of things for you.
And then was it just those two star seeds so far?
Yeah. We got for the remaining episodes, we got Mahatma and Claudia that'll be coming up in September and October.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Mahatma and Claudia.
Were you
Ooh.
surprised by anything, sis? Did you hear anything you were surprised about?
Say that again.
Were you surprised by anything?
No.
Oh, okay. Can't surprise them now.
No. Because synchronicities, I mean, when I was thinking about it, no. Even
It
with the
all makes
name,
sense.
no, because that's how it works out normally here on Pronoia. Like things just add up, even the names being in synchronicity with each other. It's like I feel like normally a star seed does not make certain moves without it kind of being guided, and so it would be an alignment for confirmation purposes, right? So if it wasn't in alignment, you may be thinking twice about that name, but you wouldn't be thinking of the name if it wasn't in alignment anyway. So kind of like, you know what I'm saying, double side. So no, I mean, unfortunately, I was not surprised, but I was intrigued, and I thought it was very interesting. Like each of the readings, I mean, like the other day, Claudia read on King Adonis. I mean, come on. We know, of course, he's mystical, magical, and one of a kind. I mean, am I supposed to be surprised? He's King Adonis. So it's the same information. It's kind of like, it reinforces what I know to be true, because I kind of know you on a deep level, and I know that there are layers to you. And I just feel like, both names did resonate. I did like the fact that the divine feminine name resonated more in the Falami name, but I also feel like, Smart Video Girl is gonna be kind of like retiring
I'm always
Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
You said what?
Retiring Rocky. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, I mean,
Yeah. Well, not really. Just more like Chris, because some people call me Miss Chris. Like that's from, and I'm just trying to retire all of that. I'm Smart Video Girl stays.
oh, don't I understand?
Yeah, Smart Video Girl is here. She's not going anywhere. But there are the Chris part is like I'm over that. But to know again, and this is what I talk about. This is what I've talked about. We have to honor our survivor, Crystal Nicole Glenn, Crystal, her. She got me through a lot of stuff, and she was aligned too. This is just the evolution and the growth
Absolutely.
of who I am. So yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
I
whenever
love
I
that.
see a change like that, I think of it kind of like a pineapple with the top being cut off and being reborn into a new pineapple. It's not dying, it's just being rebirthed into something new. And so it needs a change, and then you can grow it a little bit differently this time. You might add something else to it this time to make it grow a little differently. So you get a little different, but it's still the same pineapple. You know what I'm saying? Just got the top's still the same, at least. The bottom might not be, but that's what we're here for. We're here to grow. And so
Yes.
sometimes we need to change our names. I remember it's an old song, be like, I told Jesus it'll be all right if he changed my name. Why? Because your name changes your vibration, which changes who you are, which changes how you present yourself, which changes how you see yourself, which changes how others see you. It's a big deal. So to be able to get that breakdown, if anyone is thinking about changing their name, if anyone is thinking about making any type of business change, we I think on the last show, I don't know, shows are running together, but I mentioned that in the Kabbalah, or I used to look up like the names of my businesses because I was getting ready to start a hair salon, and I wanted to name it Bricks back in the day, right? And when I did the math on it and I put it in the little, because they have a little calculator thing, and they tell you like, yes, it'll bring in people, right? But because of the name and the way it vibrates, it's kind of gives off a exclusive and like cold atmosphere. This is just based on the name. And so those are good things. So people will just name things and then be like, man, why that ain't work out? It's the same reason why every time you ride past that same spot, there's a different business there and it never works out. It's not supposed to be there. Like something will not vibrate correctly for what you want. And so it's good to do the research, right? Because I've seen businesses where I ride past and I'll be like, damn, why do people keep opening up stores over here? Because they didn't do the research that no store lasts here. Like nothing, like no one comes here. Like, but I've seen it. And it's the same thing like with our names. Yes, we have our birth names, but if it doesn't resonate with you anymore, if you've outgrown it, you know, you have the right to change your name. So shout out to Falami Knows This. That's my that is my new bestie.
my new best friend.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that Kabbalah calculator, because that is another system of numerology that you can use. Now, I'm not learned in that system, but yeah, that tells you the vibration, the gematria right there. You know, you can use the gematria calendar and see what those names add up to. And before you took that comment off, can you put Mama Lisa back up there? All right, look at that smart video girl. Look at Mama Lisa. Mama Lisa what? Mama Lisa 4610?
4610, 4610.
4610?
Yes.
Look at that. That's what both of your names added up to. 4610.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, wow.
4610. And she don't even know that. She wasn't even in the building. Wow. That is wild. So you noticed that. I was like, what you talking about? 4610, yes.
Oh yeah, we know Nick is hella observant. It's kind of spooky how observant he is sometimes. I just feel like you noticed
No,
that.
but that is dope.
I did not notice the 4610. I'm gonna be honest. He said put it
Yeah,
back
but
up
that
there.
was
I thought he was counting the amount of hands she had put up. I was like, yeah, we got 3 hands.
Yeah, I was like 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
But now listen, we've been doing unread every other week for like the past couple of years. So I done got my release of 4610 and my drilled into my brain at
Right.
So
Wow, that's amazing. The numbers is numbering. You ain't lying. That's wild.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
They definitely be numbering.
I love it here at Pronoia.
It's funny because that Kabbalah system was the first. I was in like, I was probably like 16 when I found that, and because I started putting in like, I was planning on being a mom someday. I put in baby names like, would this be a good name for my child? And then they'd be like, you have entered too many names, and I'd be like, okay, I gotta wait and come back, get the free names. But I was entering in like my dad's last name to see what that resonates with, because see, it also tells you about sicknesses and illnesses that come along, and like weaknesses within the body in different fluid systems based on your name and the way they vibrate. And so I wanted to know, because like if I got married, which I did, I wanted to know, should I keep my last name? Should I hyphenate? But do I add more to this? Do I get a chance to remove something? You know what I'm saying? So it was a great way to really truly be a part of you. Like, you get named as a child, but you get to make a decision as an adult if you want to stick with that, So
and the systems that I use also go into the health in the body too. And with the last name, in numerology, the last name is known as the family trait. So the last name tells you what you're inheriting. So let's say if it's your birth last name, what are you inheriting from birth? When you get married and change your last name, you're marrying into that family. What energies are you inheriting from that family?
Yes.
When you change the last name? So that's
why I hyphenated. Yeah, I'm gonna keep mine, and I'm gonna get some of that right there. And then when it's time to say, I'm still me. Like I had been me for so long. It was really hard for me to make that decision, but I was happy that I wasn't forced into making any other decision, because at the end of the day, I ended up divorced, and I went back to being me without feeling like I lost a part of me, because it was like I thought for so long I wanted to get rid of my dad's last name until it was time to get rid of it, and I was like, hold up. I don't care. That's your last name. That's my last name. It's been my last name since I was born. Hold on, sir. But again, names are very important. Birthdays are important. You are important. And I think this information is important. I think reaching out to Mr. Westbrooks and getting you a deep dive into yourself is really important. So
Bring
I
your
think you should do
notebook.
that.
Take
Mr.
notes.
Westbrooks, how can they get in contact with you?
I would say the one-stop shop would be my Linktree. Linktree, Mr. Westbrooks, and Mr. is spelled M-R. And then Westbrooks with an S at the end, Westbrooks. So that way you can reach out to me directly. You can book a session, or if you're still not convinced, and you want to kick the tires a little bit more, all of the channel links are there, so you can go back and watch the videos on my channel, videos on other channels. So yeah, hit up that Linktree / Mr. Westbrooks.
Yes. Make sure you do that. Starseeds, get your readings.